Hello everyone, I'm making a short video on how to make homemade fried rice, but instead of showing an instructional video, I'm just going to do kind of like a review because it's relatively simple to make. I wouldn't say that it tasted like a restaurant, but it's very close based on the recipe I made. However, I did not really follow the recipe instructions on how to make it because I wanted to make it as easy as possible. So what I did first is, I bought all the ingredients. As far as the green onions, I bought there's like a pack of them. It's like 12 pieces of green onion or something, and that was less than $1. And then also what I did is I bought a bag of frozen peas. The recipe also called for diced onions, but so what I did is I just used the whole thing of green onions instead of using diced onions. I don't really think it would have tasted any different. I already had butter, eggs, garlic, salt and pepper, rice, soy sauce, hoisin sauce, and sesame oil. If you don't have hoisin sauce or sesame oil, you should be able to get them at a bigger grocery store like Walmart. But if you want to be safe, then you should probably go to a relatively large Asian grocery store. So the real first step is I scrambled 3 eggs like I would just normally do if you know how to cook eggs. And then I just put this tablespoon of butter. Usually like what I would do, I have like this cook spray thing. I spray that and then that's good enough. But I used a tablespoon of butter and then scrambled 3 eggs. Then I cooked 4 cups of white rice in a rice cooker. After making both of these, what I did is I put the eggs in one container, then I put the white rice in another container and left both of them overnight. So the next day, then I cut the garlic and the green onions and combined those with the container with the eggs. Additionally, I cooked the bagged frozen peas in the microwave. So now I have like all the ingredients I need that are cooked, and all the other things are just like sauces or whatever. With the frozen peas, you will have leftover things if you do follow the recipe. So that's like one thing to consider. So now that I have everything, I combined every ingredient into the bowl that wasn't rice. And then when I did this next step, I essentially put the wok on 2 high heat, and the butter started to burn. And that's because of the way instructions were made. You already had things in the wok. In this case, I'm not doing that, so I shouldn't have done that. So for this step, what I recommend is putting the burner on low or medium until the butter is melted. And I would add, say, 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of butter. I used 2 and it was too much, so I think 1 to 1.5 should be good. And then after you put in the butter and it's melted, then put all of the ingredients. So after that, turn the heat to high and stir for about 5 to 6 minutes. When I did this, I did actually stir like 5 to 6 minutes. Obviously, I wasn't like cranking it out, but I was stirring quite frequently for 5 to 6 minutes. And so after you do that, since you are constantly stirring, it's not going to really look fried. So then what I did is I left it for like say half a minute or a minute, I'm not really sure. And then I stirred afterwards, and you could then see that the rice was fried. If you want it to have more of a fried appeal, then I would just suggest just keep doing that half a minute thing until it's as fried as you want. So after everything was cooked, I then drizzled soy sauce all over the fried rice, and then I just shook like a random amount of salt and pepper. So just to put this in, like, so you can kind of picture what I did, is the soy sauce covered like the whole, behemoth of this fried rice, and then the salt and pepper did the same as well. I did put a lot more pepper than salt because, if you just put too much salt, then it's just going to taste like salt. So I didn't do that because then that would have been too much, especially with the soy sauce I just put on. The pepper, I was a little generous. And I would say after making this, it's probably like a 6 out of 10 because it's something that I would do again, but it's not like I'm going to be rushing to do it. It's also just something that like I do think it's good, but it's not something like the salmon I made that I like just definitely want to make it again. So if you look behind me, the video that has been playing this whole time is what the fried rice looks like. I didn't add carrots or anything like that, but you could easily just add a half cup of another vegetable or something into this and cook it the same way. I didn't get carrots because they didn't just have like bagged carrots like they have bagged peas or bagged onions. So I just left the carrots out. I'm not sure if there's bagged carrots out there, but the way it was is it was only mixed vegetable bags, and I don't like green beans, so that I wasn't doing that. So if you do want to add carrots or something, I'm pretty sure it's going to be great. As far as anything else, I'm not entirely sure. But that is all I have, and Thanks for watching.